So we were invited to be a part of just a small group of churches throughout the Free Methodist Church that were participating in this new initiative the bishops were putting out there called Recalibrate. And what Recalibrate does is it invites you to evaluate and analyze every aspect of who you are. And that's a difficult process. Recalibrate starts in prayer. It starts with brokenness. I as a pastor, had to come to a place of brokenness, get my pride completely broken. But to me, the process of brokenness is absolutely essential, because until we're broken, until we're in that place where we are willing to be completely used by God, then we're going to have things that hold us back. We started by forming a Recalibrate task force, and one of the things that we looked at was the name of the church. After much prayer and talking about it openly with the congregation and a lot of decision making, we finally made the decision to simplify the name we call ourselves to the community to Hope Church.
The name change was something we talked a lot about, but I think we all decided that the name Hope Church would signify what we want to give to the community. And I've heard a lot in the community over the last few years that there's a lack of hope in a lot of people. And so we wanted to be able to be that thing that people could look at in the community and say, there is hope, and this might be just the place I need to go to find it.
We also evaluated our facilities, and that's an essential part of Recalibrate. One of the things we had to do first was look at the signage throughout the building, so that when they come in, they feel comfortable immediately, and there are no barriers or borders to them finding Jesus when they get here. We looked at the landscaping around the building, and as beautiful as the trees were, we realized that our building was being hidden. It just completely disappeared where it sat. And we found this beautiful brick spot, and we put the words Hope Church there, and it's awesome because it's visible from every direction. Now people know we are here. In the initial phases of Recalibrate, we saw a 20 to 25% increase in attendance. And in the processes that we put in place, not only were new families coming in, not only did we have guests, but they were becoming activated in some way in ministering to our community. We found a place for as many of them as we possibly could and put them to work working for the kingdom.
I think one of the things I noticed right away was as people started to catch on to the idea of change, it gave us something to work together towards, and something that would bond us together. And so I've seen people hanging out in the lobby more after church, more of a family instead of a disjointed unit that really had no common goal.
We really wanted a name that spoke to who we were, and so the name Living Hope, we really believe that is what we stand for. And we were Hannibal Free Methodist, and we'll always be Hannibal Free Methodist.
What I'm excited about is the growth that I've seen in the people who have been coming here for the last few years, how they've been going deeper spiritually. They're wanting to get more involved in the church. They're wanting to get more involved in the community and just growing closer together as a family.
We've taken this group of people that, if you ask, most of them didn't even know they wanted to be here. A lot of our congregation, when they walked through these doors, they were looking for a reason to not stay. And what they found was a reason to stay. They found a family. They found a group of people who are accepting. Speaking to our children's ministry, that's something that we inherited as the current leaders of the church. That was something that was poured in long before I ever started attending here. Jesus put a huge emphasis on children, and so our church does too. If you come here, it's a little quirky at times because we have a very large portion of our service where we anoint and pray for each one of our children. They have a time where they help us collect the offering. These kids are a huge portion of what our church is. They actually make up, if not half, a little bit more of our total congregation right now, and they know that this is their home. These children are out in their communities at very young ages doing things in their classrooms. These kids are really putting the Holy Spirit in a focal point in their lives, and they have just as much part in who we are as this church as the adults do or any of the leadership team.
Today I just see a new generation. We'll be able to reach out to the communities in a way that we haven't been able to in the past.
Give it up. Tell me what you got. the